I came to my first drift event in 2010. It was actually Lone Star Bash. I drove a Mini Cooper at the time, didn't really know much about cars. I was a photographer working like in the music industry, fashion, commercial, weddings, that kind of stuff. And I came out to this event and I had this past experience playing paintball like on a national level, and I saw this really exciting sport that was just all about your style and really expressing yourself, and I just really wanted to be around it. Everyone was super welcoming. The community just had really great vibes all around, and I just knew immediately that I wanted to be a part of this group, you know? So I quickly changed from shooting music shows at late nights to coming out early mornings, following race teams around the country to shoot for them. And as the years went by, I just had that itch to have a competitive aspect of my life again, and I thought that drifting would be the way to kind of solve that. I picked up the Z while I lived back in Austin about 2 years ago, and we did our first competition year last year. We ran into some issues. It was a big learning year for us. Just, you know, I follow these teams around for so long and I think I know everything, but you still can't prepare yourself enough for the unexpected things that will happen at an event. So the first event, we wrecked the car, and it was kind of disheartening to put all that work into the car, you know, making it look pretty and everything, and then just to destroy it. But the whole year was just great, even despite that. Just I had so many friends around me, both as my team and as part of the community, that are just so supportive and just wanting to help in any way that they can.
Now, I've been driving for like over 14 years at this point, and there weren't really events around. And I really wanted to drive, and I would go to autocross, and I'm like, why can't we drive like at the same time, guys? Like, this is lame. And they're like, nah, that's terrible. Like, we only do one car at a time. And I'd go to road racing events, and like, no one was there for fun. They were so serious when I'd go do NASA stuff or SCCA. And I was like, this isn't for me necessarily. Like, I just wanted to go play with my car, kind of like some skateboard park or something like that. And everybody always wants to make drifting so serious. So over the years, I started hosting events. I just did it because I enjoyed doing it. The day I don't enjoy doing it anymore is just the day I probably quit and shut down. I've been driving in like D1 USA back in the day when they did a whole series here. I drove in Nopi, I drove in a little bit of Formula D. I drove in tons of grassroots events around the country. I've driven Australia, Japan, Canada, a lot all over America, probably in over 25 states in the United States. So I run two different series. I run events that mainly have competitions at them, but like there's so much seat time, it's not really a competition-based thing. But that gets all the drivers together. So we have two classes. One's a Formula D Pro-Am with pretty advanced prepped cars. Doesn't mean always like the best, craziest prep car wins, but it does mean people have, you know, $100,000+ cars out here. And I run Texas Street Legal. So Pro-Am is basically no rules, do anything as long as you meet safety. And Texas Street Legal is all about like not letting people blow up their own cars. I am a complete idiot. I am a moron. And if you, like, I get a 240SX with an SR, I immediately change everything on it. I put way too much power into it, bigger turbo, bigger injectors and everything. I blow the stupid thing up. So I really want to stop everyone from doing the normal thing, which is modifying the car until it's like not even recognizable. You can't get a service manual for it. The thing blows up every time you take it out. I want cars that, in the Texas Street Legal series, that literally can run for years without changing the motor or without opening the motor for any reason whatsoever. I want these things to just be fun with as little work time as possible. I get to travel so much and I experience so many of like the different aspects of the culture of drifting. It's fun and interesting. And I'm always trying to incorporate all of that into what we do here. Like I cherry pick the best parts. I try not to get the worst parts. I try to cherry pick the best parts. Like I want to drive 100 laps a day. I want a simple car that doesn't blow up constantly. I want to drive with my friends as much as possible. I want to drive in cool configurations and rad tandem, not single laps. And like I focus on all of those things that are good and like the things that I love. And yeah, it's just like, it's theft. I steal these ideas other places.
I've been driving since I was about 3 years old. I got into motorsports around 2011. I started road racing at Harris Hill Road for the H2R Challenge Series. And then after doing 2 years of that, I won the first year and then I got second the second year. I realized I couldn't afford to take the next step in racing at all. And I've always really liked drifting. Back in 2010, my first drift event was Mean Streets. I rode with Dylan Tonsey, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. So after that, I decided to build a car for drifting, which was a V8 powered Volvo. I just threw a cage in, kept stock suspension on and everything. And that wasn't necessarily competitive, so I started building this car, which is a Mazda RX-7 with a LS6. It makes 350 wheel horsepower. So 2016, the first year that I had my RX-7 finished, I was able to take first and then championship at Lone Star Drift. And then 2017, I did it again just because Pro 2, it's a lot more expensive to try to go to the pro level. It's a big jump. So I ran 2017 again, ended up getting second to my buddy David Mesker. And this year I'm just having fun. I'm focusing on media. You know, I don't have the money to go to the professional circuit, but it's still something I really love to do. So I'm just out here trying to drive, trying to have fun, and make as much media as possible and just enjoy life. What's awesome about drifting is you don't need a crazy built car. No one's, you know, in racing and everything like that, everyone's spending $5,000 just on a motor. You have to have that extra 3 horsepower. They're always chasing that extra 10th. You can go get a stock 350Z and throw a cage in it and then just have a blast. Like, you don't have to build a crazy car. You won't have to have every little improvement to try to better the field. Anyone can go out there and just thrash in some stock little car, be competitive and have fun.